earned me excellence for sales.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
No, that's not the face that you left us with. You left us with this face.
Yes. Hey, Jen, this is your first time.
Yeah.
Oh, yay, so exciting.
Now, how do you get excellence for sales?
You have to sell at least 55,000 from June 1st to May 31st.
Holy macaroni, lady.
Yay, Jennifer.
I'll hit my 15,000 today.
You go, girl.
Yay, Ginger.
These like benchmarks. This is awesome.
So
Yeah.
you could totally hit it.
You got 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Go,
Okay.
Ginger.
Only another 40,000. That's all.
Do it.
I did want to touch base on the virtual parties and people having duds and stuff. I have a couple of consultants that are struggling, but they're new and haven't had a whole lot of direction from me yet. So one of the things that I'm finding, because mine are doing fine, and when I'm running the show with them, those parties are doing fine. What I'm finding a lot of my consultants are doing, and I've actually had to help, I think 2 of Anna's, I'm not sure while you guys were gone, or one of yours and one of somebody else's. Dots, I don't know who that is. I will help somebody who's Dots.
God sent you to...
Sent someone to me, yeah.
Really?
I didn't know who she was. She didn't know who you were, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, she said she just signed back on under Dot. And I'm like, well, I don't know anybody named Dot, but okay, I'll help you.
That's my upline. So, but I don't know why.
That's what she said. She did say that, because I think that's her upline. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, but all right. She needed
who
a
was her
template.
name?
Oh, gosh, I'd have to go back in my chat. Let me take a look here.
Well, do that for me. I don't think that Dot should be sending her people to you. You're mine.
Well, and I'm not sure. I don't know how she got I don't have a clue.
Me
She
either.
needed a template and stuff like that. So you weren't available or something. I don't know. I think she said that she had spoke with you and you weren't going to be able to do whatever because you were going away, and she was newly re-signed up under Dot. And I didn't know who Dot was, but she knew your name, so I said, okay.
All right. Well, fine. If later, if you get a chance. So go ahead. Tell me about, so what were you finding with them?
One thing is that you have consultants, especially new ones, they're doing one of 2 things. When they're using a posting program, they're either using it, expecting it to do all the work, and they're not participating, or they are participating, but they're participating as a guest, not as the consultant. So neither one is building at that personal relationship. So one of the things that I do, and I directed them to that, top 10 things to have a successful virtual party, because it goes over it in there. You want to make sure that you are liking every comment, just as if somebody was talking to you face to face. You have to acknowledge that they spoke. But then if they are talking about something, to build that relationship, whether it has anything to do with Pampered Chef or not, you need to comment to build on that relationship. If you're willing to talk about a kitchen fail you had that may not have anything to do with Pampered Chef, or somebody's talking about their dog or their child, it's okay to make a comment just like you would if you were in their house. If somebody was making a funny, you're going to laugh and say something back, If you're not doing that, you're not building a relationship. It's not keeping those guests engaged, and they're not willing to come back. But the other part also is when you're playing games in your shows, it's really, really important that you're tagging everybody that plays every game. So on day 1, we play a game. 2 people are playing. 1 person gets the right answer. I give 5 points for that answer or the closest guest. And they're tagged. I say, so-and-so, you earned 5 tickets into the drawing at the close of the show. And then I tag the other person and give them 1 ticket for participating. That way, I find that with each game, as the games go on, I have more and more playing. So by my last game, I've got 12 to 15 people playing that game. And everybody's getting tagged. So they're getting tagged because they're getting tickets. They're not feeling like they're being singled out to place an order, but it puts that first and foremost in their thought. It draws them back in. They're seeing things they may not have seen otherwise, and they're more apt to place orders. I mean, the one I'm doing for Sybil is perfect.
A lot of the problem that I have found personally, and I know that some people on my team are having the same issue, is this whole idea of the changing to notifications so that they see everything. They're only seeing the highlights. Do you know if when we tag somebody, does that make it a highlight? Even if they're not the person being tagged? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so if I tagged Hannah in my party, would that pop up on everybody's notifications as a highlight, not just Hannah's?
It will pop up anybody's notification that is also friends with Hannah, but it won't do everybody in the party. So you can tag Hannah, but say she's friends with 5 people in that party, they will see it as a highlight because a friend of theirs was tagged.
5 more than I think a lot of them are seeing right now. That's my problem, is I can actually, you can see how many people have seen the post, and I'm literally getting on 95% of my posts, no one is seeing them.
Well, and
that's my challenge right now.
How is your host? Is the host actually making their own post every day?
No, that's part of the problem too. I absolutely recognize that my hosts are not being as helpful as they potentially could be.
Oh, yes. I have them
ways to help as well to bring it up.
Well, one of the things that I do now with all of my hosts before I start the party, I give them an outline of this is what is expected from you for your party, because they need to post every single day. That's the only
part of my issue is host coaching. And I think, you talk about training, and Anna was talking about the training of the follow-ups. I think that's something that I need to be better on, is not only my own host coaching for virtual parties, but also how to train that, because I am bringing more people onto our team that's their main focus, is the virtual parties. So if we can have the opportunity or the resources there to help them, that's what's so important.
Right. Well, and the thing is, the whole point of doing the virtual show is to make it easier. And it is easier in the long run, but you have to have some sort of host participation, and you have to engage in it. I literally I've got 5 parties and a fundraiser and one of my team's parties that have been going this week. I spend on average an hour a day, because I go in the morning and I do my answer and I tag everybody. And unless I'm getting a notification that somebody has a question, I go in at night, and that's when I'm liking posts and replying to anything. But I am spending about an hour a day. So, but you have to get into a routine. Until you get into that routine and get used to it. But this is all I do. I mean, I've done 3 home parties. Everything else is online, and I'm, booking in my 70th now. So.
What did you see that message? Ashley asked Ginger, could you post on our director page that outline you're talking about that you give your hosts?
I actually haven't got it written up, but I can write it up. I just know what to post. I write it. That would be probably a good idea to have it so I can just click and paste.
Yeah, if you could, that would be helpful.
Yes, I have, because if they're not participating, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Have a new consultant that's not sure about what they're doing, they're not willing to say, well, you really need to do this, or when you get a second. No, that's not when you get a second. Every day, I don't care if it's morning, afternoon, at night, at some point in the day, you must go on and make a post. Are you watching me? Because that's exactly what I'm doing, Anna.
Can you see us and we can't see you?
Absolutely.
Oh, Ginger.
Absolutely.
Hey, Ginger, I saw your comment about the top 10 virtual success party, and I looked for it and I didn't see it.
If you go on the Veerling organization in files, I believe it's the 4th or 5th one down.
Okay, I'll have to look again. Thank you.
Yeah. It's the one that I did at the April team training.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think it was April. I don't know. Amy made me do it.
Okay, so let me just sort of, so that was, I think that was very helpful, Ginger. I mean, and just again, everybody's comments sort of here on the virtual parties and stuff. So we talked a little bit, just to recap what we've done so far. We've got specific people that are saying, I'm having trouble, I'm struggling, I need sales, I don't have any bookings or whatever, going through and doing the coaching part with them. Either sending them to PC University and, encouraging them to find some answers there. But again, going through the whole GROW model and stuff. I love focusing on some customer care training as an organization, because it is something a piece that I think we miss. But it could be something we could be doing individually and stuff as well. But then also some of these great things about the virtual party. So what I want to do is talk about where we are right now as an organization, so that, and talk about, because I think that the other part of this is then to continue to inspire, because we can't motivate anybody, right? We can't, our job is not to motivate, but we can inspire people to be active before the 15th, to be active this month. And so that's where I think a lot of times those incentives will do some of that inspiring. Also inspiring them to work as a team, which I think is sort of where our incentives and stuff are. So Hannah and Terry, just so you can cheer us on. But again, where we are as an organization right now is, again, to have our executive status as an organization, which again will give us assigned seating at conference, which is a big thing. We'll have, some reserved spaces. We'll get in on a lot of that extra training and stuff for me to be able to share with you guys as directors. I mean, that's something that I feel like I've really felt like we've missed for the last year, not having that. So we need 6 first line and 2 second line, right? As an organization right now, as of the end of last month, we have 7 first line and 1 second line. That's where we are, okay? Yes, so we need, we're in a great spot. We need another second line. Right now, I'm working with Victoria Reed on Marcy's team. She has her 5. We just need to get everybody lined up. And Marcy and I had a great call. And again, I just want to be open with you guys sort of to know where we are. Marcy and I had a great call with Victoria at the beginning of the month, and really sort of empowered her. And Victoria seems to be on board and excited about being a director. And then also from Ashley's team right now, we have Stephanie Norwood, Brittany Tainter, and Kristen Zufaletto, which they are all 3 really pumped about being fast track directors. So yeah, so I think all of them have technically till the end of June for fast track, but I've been sort of working with them, telling them this is the month, this is what we're doing. And the whole, everything's coming along. That's, I think, recruiting, we've got a really great momentum. I think people are excited. We've done a great job promoting directorship and promoting growth in business and stuff. So we really are moving in the right way. And again, as these directors, even these second lines, working with them, what happens is that grows you guys, because that's where our focus is this year, is to really grow. All of us grow, not just the organization, not just, certain people, but all of us grow. And as other people grow and we help that, then we grow. And that's sort of the lovely thing about this. But that's not saying those are the people we're working with right this second. That's not to say that we don't have others. I know Elaine has a couple people in her team that have said, yes, I want directorship, that we're definitely working with as well. So, okay, so that's where we are. So activity this month is really going to be important, because we need 100% green again, plus promoting these directors, or at least a director. What I wanted to do is, so thinking about that. So again, to rehash, the incentive this month for them is that if your team is green by the 25th, if they submitted anything to be in on that, they're gonna get, they're gonna be in the drawing for some of that swag, which after I'm done this call, Matt's made me clean out the furnace room, which is where all my other junk is. And so there'll be other things in the swag. I know I'm gonna find up other stuff we'll be able to put up. But people seem to be excited about that. So for you guys as a team, right, when they're green, when the team is green, I'm putting them in the drawing, even if they submit $25 in sales. Right, when they're green. Everybody's agreeing. Thank you, Carrie, for reiterating that. Okay, so that's one this month. What about, and so we've got all these different ideas. There are those ideas, if you've seen them right now, we talked about them a little bit on the Business Builders last night, about the grill, that little grill things from the outlet, pulling those things and getting sales. Terry, yeah, I know Misty shared as of last night, she had 82 of them. One of the girls on Terry's team, she's got more now. She sold, last night she shared on her thing, she had 82 sold by saying that outlet, the little, you see those, the flexible basket that's on the outlet right now. She has put on there saying $9. She rounded up to $9. Anybody want some great Father's Day gifts, whatever. And so she's collected orders for 82 of them.
She does amazing on the Facebook challenges. Her following on Facebook is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I sold one, and it's not to discourage that, but we have to remember and tell our teams that we can't rely only on posting. Just as Ginger said, we can't just do all the posts and not interact. We can't rely only on posting that we'll have Misty-like sales on
right.
that.
And we discussed that last night. We definitely discussed that last night. One of the things I was thinking about again is that, because I've got some team members that I would really like to for excellence too. I've got people that are this close to promote or to being green, being 1250. And so what we've got this month is to be able to share with the Help of Cancer products to get them, this is a great month to sort of do this. I was thinking about, those cups. The infuser cups, bottles have always been really popular, but you guys realize, I don't think I did but that they're $16.99 this month. They're regularly $19.50, so they're like $2.50 off. And so hitting in on that sale, but this is in my head, but I'm so bad about these picture things, making some sort of collage. It'd be great for end of school, teacher gifts. Like if you had a picture of one filled with like candy and had a pink bow around it, you know what I mean? And had a picture of that. Also, the pictures, we've got great pictures of them with the infused stuff in them. But what about I've been using it and taking out, you could even take out the straw and everything and put your shakes or whatever. A lot of people do these shakes and things and use it as a chug bottle. You know what I mean? But again, I was thinking showing it that way with, a thing of a protein shake or something next to it. You know what I mean? Just again, so it's something, because people are going to say, I'm not putting, I drink my Crystal Light, I'm all set with that. You know what I mean? Like different things along those lines, but to be able to just some ideas for, to help if you've got people that are giving them challenge and stuff. Yes, Terry.
The other thing is to encourage your team members, instead of just posting, to do a video, because people are more likely to watch them. And then we have consultants that, like Misty, who are like, I don't want to do a video. And then as soon as she does video, she just sells stuff crazy. But encourage them to do a video. They're human. People are not expecting them to be perfect, and have them be relatable. And when they are, people are more likely. When it comes verbally, hey, I'm in a contest with our team, or I have a team challenge to sell 25 of these water bottles. I would love for you, have them physically ask instead of just posting words.
That's a great point.
And then drink your water.
Yeah. That's a great idea. What about you, Ashley? You had something. You're like the queen of videos. Oh, I thought you unmuted.
Huh? I'm not muted?
No, I thought you unmuted on purpose so you could talk to us.
No, I was going to ask what she's saying in her videos. Is she going on there and being like, so I have, does she have one in her hand? What is she doing? Is she making water?
Yeah, we make water here in Illinois. Yes.
Make the water. No, is she like making an infused water drink?
You know what? I mean, honestly, there's nothing specific that she's doing. I think do a dry run if you're going to do a Facebook Live. Have your video, maybe have your quick slice ready to go for your strawberries. Have a couple other products to show how to infuse the water, and just do a little demo of, you know, have the water there and just say, you know, here's the water. We're going to add some strawberries, and, you know, maybe just going to do strawberry water, whatever. Or if you're going to do pineapple water, show the pineapple wedger and just talk about it. And, you know, the statistic that you drink more water if, you know, you have a straw, or go and look up some statistics about drinking water. You know, I can guarantee you most people don't drink 8 glasses of water a day. This is going to help you. And not only does it help you be healthier, but then it also helps with cancer, because $1 of the sale will go to the American Cancer, you know, you know, but just be personal about it and relate with it. And, you know, and then give those other ideas. If you need to have note cards that say some other ideas for the water infusion bottle, like Anna said, is a protein shake, you know, or maybe it's just your Crystal Light. It doesn't have to just be an infused water if that's not your speed.
I just do videos on the fly, so mine are never rehearsed. And
that's fine. They don't have to be rehearsed.
I've seen Terry do about 45,000 videos from from Mexico. And this is Terry. I'm sick.
I told Amy I need to show her some of those, because they're bloopers. Because you guys, I will not say what I said, but I was trying to do like inspirational videos, and some of them I was like, okay, just work, you know, like that on the video.
Matt and Mike are in the background going, Nacho! Going, Nacho! And I'm going, oh my goodness, Nacho.
Yeah, I probably did about 35 of them. And so, Ashley, I don't do them very well on the fly.
Yeah. I just didn't know. I don't know if you guys know those LuLaRoe things. If you're doing like a live video, if you want to be like, I'm not coming off of Facebook Live until I've sold 20 of these. Help me. Or, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like you've like put yourself in Facebook jail. I don't even know. Something.
Are you serious? They do that?
Something. God, they're crazy.
That's kind of annoying.
There was another fundraiser I saw that there was she was on Facebook jail, and she could not leave something until she raised X amount of dollars. So I didn't know. That's an idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to stay on Facebook till somebody buys 20 water bottles or something.
I love the idea.
Well, because it's too easy just for somebody else to be like, oh, that really sucks for you. All right, I'm going to go. Not watch it anymore. That's what I wouldn't do, because that totally would be me. I'm like, oh, look at Terry. She's stuck on Facebook. I got to go.
That'd be me in bed, sleeping story.
So I love this whole encouraging the team to video. Something that one of you said is about that, you know, it's just not going to do itself, and it's not going to, I mean, and Marna Ross, when I was watching a bunch of her videos trying to find what I'm looking for, she even said, you know, we have to be careful about telling people this stuff sells itself, because it really doesn't. You know what I mean? You could sell it. It could sell itself to the immediate people right around you, but you've got to work, you know, like this. I know I've talked to a few people and some newer people and some other teams saying, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is something you've got to put some work into this. We've got to do this. So I know the video thing is not comfortable to everybody, but we need to, you know, maybe help them get out of their comfort zone a little bit. But I think you're right. I mean, that's going to be a big thing, you know, to try to help people, I think, get some more thing, you know, what am I trying to say? Some more action and stuff. Okay. Did you have something to share, Hannah? Or are you just breathing?
No.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you now, but I know, I just want to make sure you weren't trying to type in and I was just yapping. Okay.
No.
So what?
Well, I will say something. When I do videos, I get like over 200 views in my videos. So
Yeah.
I kind of just have a general idea what I'm doing, and then I just go. I mean, I had Porter open the herb mill thing and drop that ball on my tile floor in the middle of me doing a Facebook Live. And I had all I could do not to scream at him in the middle of it. I was just like biting my tongue because I thought the thing was going to shatter. And guess what? It doesn't even crack it. So now you know.
Yeah. Now you
That's
know.
all I can say.
I need one of those arms. Where can we get those arms here that like you can hook onto your cabinet and then it has the thing that you put your phone on? I know, but you've got all kinds of other shot. Where did you get yours, Terry? Online?
No, Barb
Yeah.
Doherty sent this to me. She found it on Amazon.
Yeah.
But it's, you know what? But the thing is, yes, it's got the clamp, but you've got to mess with it to get your thing exactly. So I just hook it on my desk, and then I only use this for team stuff because it's not as flexible as I would like it to be.
Well, I want one to use in our kitchens. I know a lot of people keep posting like from New York and stuff, stores.
So I'll be honest, Anna, I used pipe cleaners the first few times to wrap around the handle on my cupboard door, and that works way better than any stand that I have found to mount my phone up.
She's got little kids. That's why she has pipe cleaners in her house.
You might need to take a picture. I'm not visualizing pipe cleaners with your phone.
Well, I just had them like twisted around enough. So like I made a little loop for the bottom to sit in and then around it so it would hold it steady in one position and it wouldn't block the camera. So
I just
I'll
use
take a
my
picture. I think it's still
for my
there.
14-year-old, and they are both free.
Right.
You never know what's going to happen though when they're involved. So.
I know.
So Anna, you started off tonight. What can we do to help our team do sales? So, and Ashley, I'm not picking on you, but if you're the queen of impromptu videos, what if you do like a little impromptu video for your team, or to share it to the Veerling organization of one thing they could do and do a video team challenge where, hey, maybe it's just to sell 5 of something. Maybe it's not 20. Don't let them be overwhelmed, because I know how I feel when I post out the girl basket and I have one person that wants to buy it, or, I think if we give them a smaller goal, then they go, ooh, people really want this. And then they want to do more. So.
Yeah.
So you're doing it, Ashley? Did you just raise your hand, Ashley, saying, yeah, I'll do that?
No, but I will if you want me to. No, Henry said no.
Henry said no, we're not into that. No.
Yes, I can. I don't have any of the water bottles right now. I'm waiting for them to arrive. So
yeah, I
could do that once I get one in my hand.
One of the things I was thinking about going forward, because what we want to do is, so I mean, we've come up with a bunch of different ideas and stuff right now for this month. Everybody, I hope, knows the weight and the importance this month to make sure that our teams are green. And again, by having that little swag incentive, that we can, maybe you go onto your team page and do a little video about that, just sort of, again, that they'll watch that way too, just talking about how important and how excited you are for you guys to be green and get in on this kind of thing with the team and stuff. But what about going forward? Because this is something we deal with all the time. What can we do fun to sort of, and as a group, as an organization, to continue to promote activity every month? Let's say even like the green by 15. Would it be really nice if the majority of your team was green by 15? That you would already know. I mean, because what's their incentive? What's their incentive for being green by 15?
Last month, yeah, exactly.
What was
last month I raised the state and gave them a $5 Dunkin' Donuts gift card, which I normally don't do because I really want them to be green.
Yeah, good.
And now they think that's coming again this month, but it's not. I'm just going to do a little bit less and be like, oh, by the way.
I got to jump off for a few minutes. Pastor Randy is here, Anna, and I've got to go deal with something. So I will be back on in a little bit.
Okay.
I know you're like, why is he here?
Yeah, call me later and tell me, okay?
I know, it's very fun. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right, bye.
So But with the Green by 15 with the postcards, I know I talk a lot about Misty because she's like my squeaky wheel, but she will not miss being green by the 15th because when she collects 3 of those postcards, she gets the 10 Pampered Chef dollars, and that's a huge incentive to her. You remember a couple months ago you gave away the grill? You know, you could incentivize them. It doesn't have to be the grill, but it could be something else. And say when you're green by 15, you get an extra chance in the drawing for whatever you're, excuse me, whatever you're doing. But I think just telling them why, I mean, when the team is green, you know, I guess you're asking what it is in for them. A paycheck and Pampered Chef dollars, really.
Well, the paycheck's the big thing. I mean, that's the thing, and that's what we always want to make sure we focus on with them. They get 2 paychecks for the month. If they have chosen by the 15th, they're going to get an extra paycheck, or else they're only going to get paid. They get paid twice a month instead of just once a month. The thing I have with the whole organization like this is that we continue to have very new directors. And again, you and I ordered these. So, are you doing these, Jen? The Green Bay 15 postcards?
No.
No. See, that it's something like few, and I don't want, and we've got a lot of new directors that don't, well, a couple things that, you know, it's, they don't have them or we don't have access to them. But the other part of it is that I've been doing these since the beginning of the month. I've been doing them, or the beginning of your 5 months now, and I haven't had anybody like cash them in. I think Ginger mentioned to me that she had 3. But I don't think they're doing, and I probably am not promoting them enough.
I was going to say, you have to be excited. So so something I do every Monday, except for this month because we've been traveling, is every Monday I can share my Excel sheet. It's just, I mean, it's really simple. I've got it color coded 5 different colors. It's for 150 to 749. It's all the different pay raises, and I put in there when they're green, they go in there, so they kind of can compete a little bit against each other, see where they're at for the month. I make a big deal every Monday. Who's green by 15? I make a big deal that postcards are going out, but that is every Monday. I recognize sales. I'd love to recognize recruiting every Monday. I'm still working on that for my team, but I recognize green by 15. And sales every single Monday. And the reason why I do the 5 color coded thing is because I had several times in the past where people have had like $1,249 and they submitted that for the month and they miss their raise because they didn't know that at $1,250. So I keep every week I show them that, and I put it at the before 15% and the after 15%. You know, it's just something to keep them reminded that
got mail.
That I've got mail. I'm CC.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But you know, it's one of those things that it keeps them reminding them that every week we're going to be talking about this. But I tag them so they actually see it as well, and it's just a positive, friendly reminder.
And I've seen that before, and I do like that. I think it would be nice because I think that within teams, like, it's still good. I guess I'd like to do is for us to do something as an organization, and this is hard to do as an organization. 2 things. I have a hard time, and I'm finding it. I have a hard time when things go, and those of you that have been around with me for a long time, Jennifer, know this. If it goes longer than a month, like this whole kind of thing, like you don't get anything until you have 3 consecutive, like I've lost it already. Like I can't, like that is hard for me to drag, you know, to keep track of those things over and over again. But I guess that what I would love to do is have something that all of us can be a part of and contribute when we're working with and recognizing people with green by 15. Does that make sense? And I think this is more individualized because I can't do this for the entire organization.
Why don't you
director teams?
Why don't you just do the green by 15, like each director on Mondays tag their team and post who's green by 15? on the Veerling organization page, like every Monday, or pick a day, but a day every, a day every week, each team posts who is green.
What if, I heard an idea that, and I think I shared it with you, Terry, but I heard an idea that I think I really like, but again, I really want us to be working together. I want everybody to have like a part in this, hence why with the business builders, like, having the directors each take some part in the training. We need to get better at our keeping up to date with our Strong Start, our virtual training and stuff, because that schedule's out there, but I know that it gets sort of lost in the shuffle. Like I want people, like as leaders of this team, to take sort of control of this. But one of the ideas that I'd heard was one organization was doing and I didn't call this, but it was a Facebook page of another group, but it was the Green by 15 group for the organization. So, and we can call it something fun, and one of them was like, get on the bus, like and Amy loves the whole bus thing with John Gordon, and, we've done that past, get on the bus, the 15th bus or something like that. And so then if we had this Facebook page, and Jen, let's say you have somebody that's green by the 15th, you would add them as soon as they're green, or you could say, 3 days a week you would check, and you would add your green people to this page. And then between the 1st and the 15th, maybe twice a week, we would do a drawing out of that page of anybody that's on there. And it would just maybe be something little. I'll send the thing, but we would just send them, maybe something little that's green or something that, so if somebody is green by 15, they get put onto this page, but we would do, maybe we'd have a different director do it every time, do a drawing or some sort of a random thing of the people that were on there. And then in the meantime, we would share things throughout the page of how they could get residual sales, so they've now gotten, they're green, they've put in a show, but, we would put little tips, these ideas that we're talking about. Maybe some directors would go on and do a little video about how to get some more residual sales as well. And then the end of the month, we take those people all out and we start it again new for the next month. But it would be an exclusive place just for those who were green. But I thought it was something that we all could sort of work with.
So Anna, what do you do when the month's done? Do you clean everybody out of there and start with nobody? Like,
yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, we'd clean it out.
Gotcha.
And start again.
I do know that my team is super motivated at the monthly meetings to see their numbers up. You know what I mean? So kind of what Terry was saying, they're kind of really motivated to see where they're ranking against the entire organization. So I don't know if we did, a weekly thing to kind of see where you're at. I mean, every one of my team's motivated by the numbers. And because on my team, I do a monthly top sales award, and they get their choice of Pampered Chef swag off the logo thing. So everyone is really motivated to be the next one to pick out whatever they want. So I don't know. And I just know that this is what goes on.
So are you thinking then that this group would not do that? Because again, this is not talking necessarily, because I think that that's still good, because we will have those. We've got people that are motivated by a lot of different things. We've got some people that do just want to be number one, and they want to be and see where they are ranked. That people just want recognition. Some people want, a quiet you know what I mean? So we've got all kinds of different things. I love what you're doing to generate more sales, but we need to somehow create this culture that Green by 15 is what you want to do.
Right. So, and like I was just saying, incorporating some sort of like update on the 5th, like update like every 5 days before so twice before the 15th of where everyone's at, and then you would only have access to it if you're in the green group. I don't know. I don't know how it would work. I was just saying. But then it kind of takes away the excitement at the end of the month meeting too, because that's what they all wait for.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's it, Ashley, is only do the updates through the 15th and then not at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Right. Because I had Misty again, sorry. She knew that in April she was #1 in sales, and she had to either miss April or May because she had to pick one of the meetings for her kids. She had to go to one Pampered Chef and one of her kids because at the end of school. And she goes, well, since I'm #1 in April, I'm going to come, but I know I'm not #1 in May, so I'm not, or whatever month it was, March or April, whatever. And so she didn't come to one of the meetings because she knew she wasn't she was #2, but still. And Anna, the other thing is whatever you guys do as a team, it has to be duplicatable for everybody. So when you're saying you're going to be sending all these gifts out, like I know they're little, maybe it's just like a pack of green extra gum, are you going to get like a bunch of something, or is it just going to be?
Not everybody's getting one though. It's going
Right,
to be
you're
whoever
trying
gets a drawing. So we might have, so if our whole organization, everybody that's green by the 15th goes into this, but maybe between the 1st and the 15th, we might, do 5 different things. Yes, I would have 5 for that month.
And you're still sending out Happy Mail.
Yeah, Happy Mail too. But this would not, and again, maybe it's 4 things we do for this green thing, but, again, just something that's sort of exclusive for them, but sort of to create that excitement that they want to be part of the, I'm thinking that is more exciting than getting these. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm not promoting this because this is too hard for me.
Well, I'll buy your postcards off of you.
Yeah, I'll give those to you. Ginger, somebody that's green by the 15 all the time, what do you think about that coming just off of being a consultant?
About doing some sort of, well, I will tell you that the only reason why I know the green by 15 was when I first signed up, there was something said at the December meeting that I went to that was at Verona. And so it stuck with me. But honestly, other than receiving the card, I haven't heard anything about it since. So
okay.
I think it definitely something that, we need to talk more about and promote to make people understand.
Right.
Charlie.
It's really fun to find, if you just go to green images, like I've done like the green M&M lady, and just done a lot of fun green images. Excuse me. And then that's when you post it that they're green by 15, because like Ginger's saying, if they don't hear about it and they only hear about it as a postcard, maybe that's why I do the Monday thing. And I kind of got that idea from you, Anna, where you said the first 4 hours of your day or whatever, these are the things you're doing in those hours. I know that if I don't do host coaching on Sundays and team stuff on Mondays, those things are going to get put by the wayside. So.
Okay. So we're not, okay. So what are we coming up with an answer on? Jen, what do you have any ideas about the green by 15 or thoughts?
I would be personally interested in the postcards that you're using because I do not know what those are.
We had them at the retreat because I thought Jen has them. Jen sends them out.
Not for me. I mean, I do my own team, so.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing them, so. Yeah, I don't remember seeing those at all. Was it a training that you did?
Well, we talked about, because we had, during the retreat, we did have some discussion on sort of what to do, how to create activity. We sort of talked about, like, what's everybody doing? What are some ideas? And I sort of left with the what could be pick and choose. Again, I don't think that this.
Did you do it in the morning? Because I left that night, didn't I?
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'd be interested to
Yeah.
have those.
Yeah, well, I can take a picture of it and send it to you. But again, I don't think that is something that we're all doing together, like universally either. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm trying, like, this group or something like that would be something that universally, even Marcy in Ohio, like, we can all sort of do this together, and it could be an organization kind of thing. Yes, Ashley.
I posted something in my group last week and said, isn't this an awesome idea? Do you dare? And it was something I found in the virtual group. And I think this could be what we can do. It's called Consultant Gone Crazy, but we could do it as directors. Okay. And if you're in this green exclusive club and you make it there each month, and then if we hit certain percentages, like we make that up. So let's say, if us as an organization, we hit 15%, we pick a director each month. So like say it's me the first month, Ashley Dorso is up to crack an egg over her head if the whole entire organization hits 15%. But you can only see it if you're in the green exclusive club. That's where I'll post the video, right? And or if you hit like 50%, then I'm going to do a whipped cream pie in the face. Or
that would be 15 or 50 of green by 15.
Timing with different ideas. The other one is like a peanut butter facial. And then the next one, and the last one is if we hit, whatever percentage we want to call it, I'll do all three. You know what I mean? But then, okay, so it's me up at stake this month, and then next month it's Anna. And then, so everyone on your team is going to want to see this happening to you. And I think that's more exciting and hilarious and like, oh my gosh, I want to see my director crack an egg over her head. Because I remember like when I was in school, like, you had those fundraisers or competition as classes when you'd want to get the principal, like, dunk the principal in the dunk tape or, duct tape them up on the wall or that type of stuff. That would get everyone more excited than their own rewards. It was just more entertaining to see their, you know what I mean? So is that something that everyone would be up to? Would you be up to putting a pie in your face or cracking an egg over your head just to get people on the exclusive green page? I think my team would be so motivated to get themselves in there so they could see who's gonna, and the higher percentage of people that are on the green team, whatever page for that month, the more that's gonna happen to that director.
And let them pick some of the things that you have to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's what Jean said about conference when we hit, 3,600 or something, where she's gonna go in the dunk tank.
Yeah. See? And that's like exciting. And it's something as simple as like cracking an egg over my head. Like it's hilarious. Like, I would have like Ryan do it and like everyone stand there videoing and it would be a whole thing. You know?
What about, and I would even say that I would do it next month. You know what I mean? If it's because again, if we have structure this month, then it's like, it'd be pretty crucial to have it next month, but I could do, and we could sort of try it out next month and sort of see how that goes, you know what I mean? And see what kind of interest.
And like, we just have to set the percentages. Like maybe we just do 25, 50, 75 to make it easy. And then just have 3 levels. And then if we hit, I don't know what you want to say, you have to do all 3.
But we got to come up with the 25, like what the number is for the 25%.
Yeah. And it's the percentage of green people in the entire organization. Is it? Say it is. Yeah.
I like the percent idea because when I do a little bit different, but I do the 25 show team. And then when my team has 25 shows, each of their name goes in for a drawing and I draw a $25 gift card. But they were blowing 25 shows away because we've been recruiting more. So I just upped it to 50. But I think the percent is better than the number. But are they going to know, I guess if you give them a percent though, do they know how many people that is?
We would say, so this is 25%, that means this X number of people. Start explaining it as it, goes. And keep them updated. Keep them updated. Where we are this close, who else can be green by.
Yeah, and then do it.
And then they get more excited about it. I mean, I can guarantee if I was up at stake, every single one of my team, everyone on my team would just be going bananas to try to get what's going to happen to me.
Yeah. Well, and because we do our director, we do our team meetings now, and all the directors sort of, everybody can see our face. You know what I mean? Everybody sort of knows who we are because of the Facebook, doing the Facebook Live and stuff too. So that's what's fun. Not even your group, but everybody does. So
And we can make it. I know you said, Terry, to let them choose, but we could almost kind of like set the bar and make it like seasonal. So when it comes to like, I don't know, Thanksgiving, like you have to do something like, I don't know, put turkey on your feet. I have no idea. Like, you know what I mean? Like make it new and exciting.
And when it's winter, I mean, all year long for you guys, snow angels and your bathing suits.
Right? I don't know about the bathing suit on Facebook.
I'll take it.
yeah, you like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that we need to think more about, though. But again, a new idea, but I guess that's what I'm just looking for is that, we're all sort of working together. We all want to be paid as a director regularly. We all want our team to be, all of us have been in the place where we're struggling right at the end of the month, trying to hope that everybody's green and coming through. And, so I think that, like I started this with, I see a lot of power in these teams that are that director teams are really cohesive, and, working together and doing some things, sort of universal like this, and that we're all working towards the same goal, I think, can be really beneficial. And that's what I'm just trying to do, is getting us to sort of gel and sort of do this together. So
I think that will do that, and I think it will create a great fun, I don't want to say morale, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It will create it's like a team bonding thing, like virtual team bonding, and everyone's just going to get excited about it.
Yeah, excitement. So, okay, so we can work more on that at the end of this month, because we're just going to sort of focus on, our Green by, so as our teams and stuff, working on the Green by 25 for your team and, doing this little swag kind of stuff. But then we'll sort of switch over to the other thing maybe and give that a try for a few months. For the summer, it would be nice if our teams were Green by 15 too.
Maybe you guys could post the question, what would you do? Like somehow, like what would you do? What would you like to see me do when you're Green by 15? I.e. a pie in the face, an egg on the head. Give them some of your examples, and just because they give you the suggestions doesn't mean you have to take them, but there might be an example that someone gives you that might be kind of cool.
Sort of say, if we did a director go crazy, a director's gone crazy, what would you want to see your directors do if, yeah.
Oh gosh, I can only imagine.
I know. Jen Howe would like to be first.
Yeah.
I love your enthusiasm, Ashley, but I'm going to be the party pooper. I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry.
We'll give you the month to pick random. Maybe we could switch it up too. Like maybe we could.
I would do a dunk take. I'm not putting food. I'm not cracking a gross raw egg on my head. I'm not spreading gross peanut butter on my face. I would throw up. I am so sensitive to that kind of stuff. I would do a dunk tank. The month you're going to do a dunk tank, sign me up. I'll even do a bathing suit. Mm-hmm.
Will you let one of the kids spray you with the hose?
No. No. I am the most fun person ever.
Oh my gosh.
I think I might be with Jen. I'm not sure that I could do that either.
No.
But I could try something that's not gross, because I think I would get sick. If somebody cracked an egg on my head, I would just die.
I would barf, yeah. But you know what? I also think about stuff like that is like, that's not something that would motivate me personally. Like I saw, and that's great if you think your team would be motivated by that, that's awesome. But me personally, I wouldn't be motivated by something like that. So I would have a hard time being like, I'm going to totally smear peanut butter on my face if you're green this month. I couldn't sell it. I wouldn't want to do it.
But what if it was, I don't even know, like the polar plunge, like those type, I don't even know.
But
I
wait,
would do that.
Jen, it's not just you spreading peanut butter in your face. It's then the dog coming and licking it off.
That's just gross.
I would
That's
do
like
that.
a bad YouTube video gone really, really bad.
Well, you know what though?
My face.
What if we, because I've seen that Consultants Gone Wild thing go around, you know, why don't we try something like that? And again, I'll throw myself out for this month.
We're all going to be in our kitchens wearing nothing but our aprons.
Oh God, nobody wants to see that. Nobody's going to be green by 15 to see that. But why don't, you know, we could try that and then we could switch it up. Just like, you know, the team kind of incentive with the grill and the basket, you know, the swag, like the premise has all been different every month too, of what they needed to do to get in on it. So, you know, I think I'd like to keep the green by 15 as the premise that they get in, but maybe they, you know, 1 month we do this and then another month we pull out a drawing and people get free, you know what I mean? They just never know.
I like that. Change it up because not everyone is motivated by that.
Yeah.
So Ashley, on your month, you get to do all the food things on your body, and
Yeah.
I do agree that
the dog lick it off my face.
they do really seem to be motivated by material things. So by either products or something that they're going to get, or my girls love it when I send out gift cards to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that my team personally is motivated by the material things.
Mine too.
And just so you guys know, and I will post it, there is several gift card sites that you guys can buy discounted gift cards. So, and I will post it on the director page. But like the Starbucks gift cards, sometimes they're 3, 5, 8, 10% off. So instead of you paying full price, so when I do the 25 show team, they get to pick whatever $25 gift card they want. And then I go in on this discounted gift card site, and whatever the discount is, sometimes it's 10, I mean, depending on where they pick, and it's been up to like 20, 30% off. So you're saving money when you're buying them the gift cards as well.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Just another way. I'm the frugal one. I like to save money.
I'd be for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I will post the apps that you guys need to go. I'm not even going to send you a referral link, then, you know, but just go and sign up. And like I said, and nothing else, just check out the different ones, because, you know, I know Dunkin' Donuts is the closest to Anna. Maybe that's why you guys like it. You know, but maybe they're a good discount for you.
You know what? I like the whole idea, though, of the directors going crazy, because that could be the, you know, it sort of ties all the teams together. But, you know, so 1 month it is like a crazy kind of thing. Another month it is the director's gone crazy. Gift cards are going out, you know, several times a week, you know, something, or, you know, director's gone crazy. It's a green whatever month, you know what I mean? So like, so we can be sort of creative with it, but making it, you know, you can only get in on the directors go crazy if you're green by the 15th. You know, you get in. And also, the earlier they are green by the 15th, you know, like when the drawings and stuff happen, the more chances for drawings they have. They don't get taken out once they win. You know, so if they put in a show on the 1st of the month and we do a drawing on the 3rd, they get, you know, they're in as a chance for that. But then again, we do one again on the 8th, they get a chance for that too. You know what I mean? So, and maybe, you know, if Ashley's going to do eggs and stuff like that, then like maybe she does an egg in the first week, they get to see that, but they don't get to see it unless they're in on that week or whatever. You know, like we could just be really fun with that.
I like that. I like that. So like the page is like can do organization gone crazy, like or something like that. And you're only in on it and then removed after each month.
Yeah.
I like that. So that's the consistency of the team.
Yeah, I do too. And then again, we all sort of play a part in that too. So, you know, if it's one, but you know that, and I don't know, like maybe we make a director in charge of that page, once every, we rotate it. So like next month, I'll be in charge of it. And then the next month, Ashley, you'll be in charge of it. And the next month, Jen, you'll be in charge of it. And so, Ashley, if you're going to do the crazy stuff that month, that's great. But like, let's say, Jen, you're going to do, when you do it, when it's your month, you're going to maybe say, okay, I'm going to get some other directors involved. So we're going to do a drawing on this, and this. And I'm going to have Elaine do the drawing on this day and Marcy do the drawing on this. You know what I mean? So we get sort of some other directors and stuff involved as well. But that's your month to sort of orchestrate what's going to be given away and how it's going to sort of happen. Does that make sense? But again, they can't get in unless they're green by the 15th. So, and we'll just sort of work from there. All right, so we'll have to play with that some more. Okay, Marcy, will you just do chapter 4 for us, please, so we can stay on track with this book? Because I know we go late with this. What time is it? It's already 8:30. Can we go through chapter 4, girls, in our book? Who's yawning? No yawning, Jennifer.
Sorry.
That was so
I
loud.
muted myself so you can't hear me yawn.
Let's just do one
That's
chapter.
awesome, girl.
Ginger, the book
Chapter 4.
is The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. This is a book that we've been doing as directors. We try to get through a lot more, but we're tending to get through one chapter a month. But it's a great book, but it's all, again, focusing on growth, again, personal growth, but also our business growth. I know Terry listens to it on Audible, so she actually does if you're not a paper book person, she does it all on audio because she doesn't read.
Okay, so we'll do a drive-by shooting on John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. So chapter 4, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. Chapter 4 is the law of reflection. And one of the things that I love about John Maxwell is he's pretty real. And so on page 52, he was sharing that he was at this conference in Kiev, Ukraine, and he shared that somebody had made this comment, and his sentence is, I was feeling emotional, and I wanted to take time to let my thinking catch up with my feelings. And I thought for a minute, if you could really be real and think about how many times in life our thinking needs to catch up with our feelings. I know I'll share a funny little story with you real quick. My neighbor, I had done a Pampered Chef show last week, and my little neighbor kids were helping me unload my car. And the littlest one is 7, and they're just sweet, servant-hearted children. And if I come home with a bunch of stuff, they're always quick to come out and help me. And they're all 3 boys, which for those of you with boys know what that means. They're a little wild. They're like little Indians. And the littlest one, he's 7 years old. He tried to carry in my Pampered Chef grill stone, and he failed. He tripped coming up the steps and shattered my stone.
This is your new one. You just
my brand new one.
You just broke the other one.
It's just like 3 years.
Isn't that the one that broke in the oven?
Yes.
You got it replaced, and then he dropped it.
Yes. So needing a minute for my feelings to catch up with my thinking, I wanted to pick him up by his scrawny little 7-year-old neck and choke him to death. Okay, maybe not to death, but until my stone got put back together. And I thought, he's being generous. He's trying to help. He didn't do it on purpose. It was totally an accident, but it's $80. Oh my gosh. So anyway, what was I feeling? How was I feeling? What could I do? And what could I do about it? And It just is. It's just one of those things that, aw, look at that.
Oh,
sweet
hi,
Meg.
David.
Aw. So
Oh.
I just had to move along. The stone is broken. I'll have to order another one. But I never want to crush his feelings for wanting to help. And I don't want him to be afraid to help me, because it is just stuff. I'm not gonna take it with me when I die. So I thought that was a great sentence. I was feeling emotional. I wanted to take time to let my thinking catch up with my feelings. So on page 53, he says, every time I speak, I want to do two things. I want to add value to the people that I talk to and exceed the expectations of the person who invited me. And I thought those are great things to think about when how we're treating our hosts. We want to add value to all the guests that came, no matter what their life story or situation is, and exceed the expectations of your host that invited you to come into their home, whether it's by virtual or by in person. So the power of pausing, and I'll go through these really quick. Reflections turn experience into insight. And he gives the example of the buggy whip factory that made major improvements. However, somebody invented a car and they no longer needed buggy whips. So you have to pause and say, what's going on in the world? What's happening? So that you can adjust how you do your business. And I think that's part of what I enjoy about our calls each month, is these are great adaptations to how we do our business each month. Number 2, everyone needs a time and a place to pause. And he says in his book, Thinking for a Change, he says, he talks about life markers. They go to a place or a part of an event or meet a person that in some way marks them for life because something important happened. Often these markers identify them for a time of transition, change, or transformation. And I'm sure all of us can think back to life markers, when you got married, when you had a baby, when you quit your job, when you started your job. All of those are milestones for us, and reflection allows those experiences to move us from being life markers to life makers. I like that.
I do too.
Number 3, pausing with intention expands and enriches our thinking. And he gives this quote by Henry Nouwen, who is a Catholic priest, and he has some great books. He says, when you're able to create a lonely place in the middle of your actions and concerns, your success and failures slowly can lose some of their power over you. And when you think of that, like maybe your success or your failure could derail you. Like, let's say you had, 3 virtual parties in a row that didn't do so great. You might want to just quit and say, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not working. But if you stop and think about what you can do better, what you can change, how you can implement something new, the power to pause really actually gives you an opportunity to restart what your commitment is. And number 4, when you take time to pause, you use your eyes. So he gives these 4 eyes that are the letter I, not your eyeballs, the letter I, to reflect upon. So the first one is investigation. So he gives this example of, these guys who were given the job of cleaning out a horse stable. They're up to their ankles in horse manure, and one says to the others, there must be a horse around here somewhere. Well, some things are obvious and don't require reflection, and others require a person to be a bit of a detective. So pausing means more than just slowing down. It means stopping and really figuring things out. And to that note, I think it would be a great thing. One thing that I do each year is I plan a weekend for a spiritual retreat, and just to kind of evaluate where I am in my life and what I'm doing and where do I want to go and how do I want to get there. And that's not a fly-by-the-night kind of a question or a thinking time. And if I have this friend who has a retreat place that I go to every year, and that pause makes my planning purposeful. So the second letter I is incubation, and that is meditating on it, maybe thinking about it, kind of stewing on it and see what things you need to change. Illumination is the third letter I, and he says, Jim Rohn remarked, at the end of each day, you should play back the tapes of your performance. The results should either applaud you or prod you. And I thought that was a really good quote too. If you look back over the course of your day, which aha moment in your life is either saying you're doing it right, or maybe that's an area that needs to change. I think in the last chapter I shared with you the quote of sometimes you see yourself before you happen, when you're happening, or after you've happened, and that's another place to apply that example as well. And the fourth letter I is illustration, and he says, many good ideas are like skeletons. They provide good structure, but they need meat on their bones. And so illustrating is the process of putting the flesh on ideas. And we would say maybe action items are how you're going to accomplish that goal. So then at the very end of the chapter, he asks these personal awareness questions. And I'll just go through them quickly, but those are, if you haven't read this chapter, this is great material for a evaluate your life moment. So number one is, what is my biggest asset? And these are also questions you might want to ask your spouse or your best friend, and what would they say, and see how that comes up, how those answers line up for what you think is your biggest asset. So one is, what is my biggest asset? 2, what is my biggest liability? 3, what is my highest high? And he gives the example of his wife being his best friend, and that he can't imagine life without her, just to give you an example. 4, what is my lowest low? And he talks a little bit about having teenagers. Number 5, what is my most worthwhile emotion? 6, what is my least worthwhile emotion? So his most worthwhile emotion is love, and his least worthwhile emotion is self-pity. And he gives a little example of why. Number 7, what is my best habit? Number 8, what is my worst habit? Number 9, what is most fulfilling to me? And 10, what do I prize most highly? And then he gives 20 other questions on growing in the area of relationships. I won't read them all to you. They're on page 64 in the book, and they are absolutely worth reading. So on page 65, how's this for a drive-by shooting? Am I doing okay,
Good,
guys?
you're doing good.
Okay, on page 65, he talks about Bob Buford, who runs a ministry called The Second Half, and it's the second half of your life. Like, what happens when you turn 50? You've served your first half of your life. What are you going to do for the second half? And he says, I'll just read this quote from Bob Buford. It says, "You will not get very far in your second half without knowing your life mission. Can your life mission be stated in a sentence or two? So what is your passion? What have you achieved? What have you done uncommonly well? How are you wired? Where do you belong?" And he goes on with this list of questions, and he says, never forget that your goal in personal growth is reaching your full potential. To do that, you need to keep pausing, keep asking questions, and keep growing every day. Mm. And then at the end, there's a whole section, a section of applying the law of reflection to your life. And there are 3 points that he makes there. Have you created a place where you consistently and effectively pause and reflect? And I don't know if that's something that you do every day, or if that's something that you do on the weekends, or that's your Sunday morning habit, but it's a great habit to have. Number 2, schedule a time to pause and reflect. If you don't, it will always get shuffled off your to-do list. And number 3, he says, the law of reflection will do you little good unless you're intentional in your thinking time. So make yourself intentional by asking yourself tough questions. And I would add to that, not that I'm John Maxwell, but I would add to that, be honest with yourself. It doesn't do you any good to say, oh, I'm a great communicator, if you really stink at it. And you know the deal. So in the name of Jesus, there you go.
Thank you, Marcy.
You're welcome.
All right.
Anybody
So
have any questions?
anybody have questions or thoughts on that?
Sorry.
Oh, okay, Marcy.
Sorry, my phone's having trouble standing up because I had to plug it in.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
And again, this whole growth, these reflection, all these different steps are all part of what I hope we're doing. You know, we talk about growth and, you know, we're reading this and we're talking about this is what we want to do, but what are you, you know, are you taking stuff that we're going through on these chapters? Do you feel like you're doing some self-development, personal development every day or every week? I mean, are we doing just the same old and expecting different results? You know, that's where you've got to really stop and look at, you know, and sometimes those questions aren't fun to ask and to answer anyway. They're pretty hard.
I think the Audible version of it is good, but when Marcy says she's on page 64 or 65, I can't actually look at it. So what I would say is I've been listening to it, but I don't think, because I'm always in the car and I'm always going, unless I keep listening over and over and over, I can't highlight. I see her looking at her book and I'm like, oh, I want to see what she's seeing. So I would say if you are like me who, A, doesn't like to read, buy the book anyway, because I'm feeling like I'm not getting out of it what I could, because if there is, I don't remember if it was this book or if it was another book that I was listening to, there was some really good word choices and I really wanted to write them down, but I'm always driving, you know, when I'm listening or I'm walking. And so I could come back and quickly highlight those things that are most impactful to me. So that way, when I go back and read it again, those are the highlighted. So Ginger, when Anna said I do Audible, I would say if you are like me and don't really like to read, I would do Audible. And so at least you're getting it, and then go back and highlight what really impacted you.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Well, good, ladies. What else? Anybody else have anything to share? Thank you so much for brainstorming. So now go ahead, Elaine.
No, I unmuted because I wanted to personally thank Marcy. I think she did an amazing job with this chapter. I have to admit, I think the last time we did this, I didn't finish my reading, so I wanted to keep silent and not make eye contact so the teacher didn't know that I didn't finish my chapters. But this one, I actually read. I read probably up to. I read all through chapter 6. I had time on the plane, and this was my book of choice. And I didn't have my highlighter, but I was folding pages left and right. And this chapter was particularly very powerful for me. Pity, what is my least worthwhile emotion? Pity is often mine, and I find myself at times feeling as though that things are hopeless. And the sentence on page 61, and I think Marcy referred to this, but I highlighted and I folded the page. I guess I just want to share this. Pity is adrenaline for acts of mercy when you pity other people, but self-pity is a narcotic that leaves its addicts wasted and derelict. And I need to remind that, because self-pity, you know, it is an addiction. We who suffer with depression can easily sink into it over and over again. But Marcy, you did such a good job. And even if I hadn't read the chapter this week, I think I would have experienced the fullness of what he was explaining just by the way you presented it. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Elaine.
So Marcy,
I just want to know if you'll read to me every night. It'd be so much easier.
It would be my pleasure.
We'll have story
Hey,
time with
don't-
Marcy.
Yes, don't offer that. You don't have any idea.
Maybe that's what I should do for my inaugural live part.
That's awesome. All right, girls. Well, thank you so much. I know it's a little bit later, but I feel like we get to do this once a month. So I like to suck as much time out of us as we can. So again, we're right at the 15th. We've got half of a month. I was going to post tomorrow where all of our teams are so we can start that kind of thing going, with the different teams and the organizations. But, the focus this month is to be green. Everybody be green again, 100% green. And then we'll be working with these other director teams to try to promote some, and we're just really in an exciting place. So I love the momentum that we've got. We just got to keep it going. And really, again, with it being May, this momentum that we're starting with our teams, this is a perfect place to do it, because it's going to go into the summer when things get a little different and stuff. We're equipping our teams by being able to go into the summer strong. So. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And we will just continue to chat. And I'm going to put up on our director thing, because I want to make sure I think we've had some new consultants come in. We've got to do another strong start, virtual training again. And again, there's a schedule for that. I'm going to go find it and tell you who's coming up next. We also have our team meeting coming up in June as well. And I got to check to see who's in charge of that for coming up as well. So.
Hey,
Okay.
Anna,
What?
one of the things I found, I was looking for this, it's something that I took from Julianne Jones a long time ago. It was a class I took from her. And I was thinking about all of our, coaching our team, going back to the bookings. And I used to have this written on my wall at my old house. And I'm so grateful I had it in a printed doc. I'm going to share this doc. It's it's on page 30 in this thing. It says powerful questions for coaching. And the first question is, what do you really want? And these are different. They're not the D questions. They're the how, the what. If you could wave a magic wand and make this perfect, how would that look? Mm-hmm. So maybe some different ways to talk to our team when they keep coming back over and over and over about bookings. Because I remember I used to turn around and look, and it was literally right here on my wall. And I would easily be able to turn around and talk to my team a little bit more fluid, so I'm going to share, it's the whole thing. It's the whole document is called Powerful Language to Explode Your Direct Sales Business. And that's why, when you said, if the team is green, and I typed to you win, those are some of the things that I learned from her. If is not in our team's vocabulary. So I'm going to share this with you guys. And read through it, but I learned a lot from her a long time ago, but I'm so grateful that I still have this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, girls, I see Dorso's getting restless in the background, so we got to go. All right, thank you guys again for investing in our group and our team, and then we will talk soon. Have a great night. Oh,
good night, everyone.
We have that virtual opportunity event tomorrow night too. So I think I invited all of you. If you have anybody on your team or anybody that you have as potentials, make sure to invite them and remind your team to invite them. Okay, tomorrow night. Right.
Good night.
All right. Good night.